What up, it's your boy T-Bone on Reaction. So this is a continuation for Wrestling Wednesday. Some videos I pushed aside to do stuff for Elimination Chamber and do one particular video from not Paloma Production, Wrestling Flashback, and another and as well too, and left for Elimination Chamber. But anyway, wanted to check out this video from Kickin with Raws because based off this video I came across on my Facebook as well too. It was like a from an interview with Ice Cube's son, O.J. Jackson Jr., who's a avid wrestling fan. For those you're not familiar with him as well too, he rapped, but mainly he had big starring roles in a lot of movies. One of his big breakout role was playing his father on Straight Outta Compton. But anyway, he talks about I remember the video. I'm seeing that Ross talks about how the video how he talked about how like guys are anyway. Oh wow, that's why he's saying that. So recently, O'Shea Jackson spoke about pretty much the gatekeeping with wrestling, especially with AEW fans as well too. It's because a lot of time, well, I told you most AEW fans are like indie or fans of are big fans of the indies as well too. That's why like the fan base is kind of indie minded in a way I feel because a lot of folks they're not heavy on the face and hill thing, so they cheer whatever. I get that, but at the same time they can be very gatekeeping on like or very asshole to folks that don't know about certain wrestlers as well too. So and it was a guy following that statement of Cube being asshole along with it too, talking about Googling and all that as well too. But anyway. First thing first, I had this up because I wanted to reiterate a video I made while I did a fall back talking about Bloodline Rock, my confidence level with WrestleMania 40, and a fan proved me wrong. This is one of the fans proved me wrong, not proved me wrong, proved me right about why I said I feel folks need to want Roman to retain. So here's the picture right here is it was my clapback over there. It comes up. It was my clapback on his on why he felt the way he felt. And if I can't bring it up. Okay, of course. The picture cuts off everything I was going to show. No. Anyway, hold on one second. And I ain't think that those going to cut the pictures off like that. Alright, I can't zoom in there. Alright. Well, anyway. If you go on there, you probably can click on it, whatever, or not. I'm not sure. This the second picture is where he proved me right about like why they don't want Roman to lose. But the main thing is his gay people was made that response. He said people who just want Roman to lose aren't real wrestling fan. They don't give a shit about the company or the future. Hence why they'd be happy if with Cody doing it. That and in the 1,000 day reign for sake of one man's moment that's likely or will be. And if I made a statement on my question on my communities to hop on is comment down any other crazy gatekeeping statement comments you came across as well too, including that one. But anyway, enough about this though. Let's see this video with the gatekeeping with O'Shea Jackson Jr. and Raw speak on it as well too, and AEW being whatever. Let's get it.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at again with another video. So we gotta check out what O'Shea Jackson Jr. recently was talking about on Twitter. I guess he had a interview with Chris Van Vliet.
Yep.
And they posted like a clip of it, basically talking about how AEW can better itself and grow from where it is right now. Because the general consensus is right now.
That's true. And he did talk about the grip for AEW, but also it's the fans the gatekeeping fans that's part of the problem too. That's why I made bring up the gatekeeping.
They're not gaining as many newer fans to the product that they should be. And it could be better, just like WWE could be better as well. There's always things to work on, but he was just giving his personal opinion on what can make AEW a little bit better. And he's had a few opinions wrestling related. I didn't even know he was a big wrestling fan, so I saw him posting different takes on Twitter, and he would get a lot of backlash for his different opinions. So we're gonna check this out because ultimately what he ended up saying, I'm guessing it didn't go too well because wrestling fans started acting like wrestling fans
Damn,
and started saying some
pretty
very
much.
disrespectful stuff to him and his father, Ice Cube. So we're gonna check
Mm.
this out. You know, it's gonna be very interesting to see what some of the AEW fans had to say. This was on this particular tweet. O'Shea Jackson Jr. on AEW fans and what's missing. If I'm watching someone on AEW and I ask who is this guy, I don't need you to tell me I'm not a real wrestling fan.
Yep.
Just off that quote alone, bruh, you'd be surprised how many people be like, "Oh, you don't know this
It's
wrestling
this.
legend."
That's why I brought up the gatekeeping because that little statement right there as well too. That is straight up gatekeep. That's like folks will gatekeep would be a gatekeeper off of that as well too, off of just that statement alone.
From New Japan, you don't know this person, or you're not a real wrestling fan.
Mm.
No, maybe it's just I didn't watch wrestling in this part of the world.
Exactly. Well, like I start watching. Try. I feel like I got forced to like get into other wrestling companies because of like folks like that who's like make you feel like less of a wrestling fan for not knowing this and that from New Japan or like not following heavy as well too. I still get it as well too. Like I don't. It's like New Japan. Like I'll watch it if it's on, but I'm not rushing to because one, their time is to time. You don't know when it comes on, or I don't want to force be like make it seem like all I do is watch wrestling because my wife always complaining that all I do is watch wrestling enough as well too. I feel like I got pushed to go to be like the people pushed to that as well too because of got fans like that. When I was in the Nah group, I dealt with that a lot as well too. And the wrestling group, you deal with it a lot as well too. I dealt with it heavy in the Nah group as well too. Though they like anything New Japan, if you say anything like you act like you're no person from New Japan, they will look at you like you have two heads, or act like you were the worst wrestling fan in the history as well too. That's why like I think a lot of them as well too like don't care about the alignment system as well too. Cause a lot of Indian, a lot of New Japan, they have alignments, but like it's not a big deal as well too. That's why they are like that towards me. And the same that they WWE are big on morality as well too. So yeah, but yeah, I felt like that statement right there from folks forced me to get into wrestling more than I needed to, in my opinion as well too.
It doesn't make me less of a wrestling fan because I don't know this particular wrestler. But we're gonna check this out. See what he had to say.
Mm-hmm.
Someone.
Hold on.
If I'm watching someone on AEW and I ask, who is this guy? I don't need you to tell me I'm not a real wrestling fan.
Right.
To tell me how could you not know such and such
Mm-hmm.
who did who gives
Or
a damn?
you better get with it though. You know it's gonna like calm yourself down, all right? Just because you're a big fan of it as well too. Don't get offended because I don't know this certain wrestler. Like, come on. Like, if anybody tell me about a wrestler they don't know, I will nice tell them, oh, this guy does this and that as well too. And I'll tell you another statement I always made about this as well too with folks that say anything about like WWE, not the be all as well too. But let's keep going.
Like I need you. All right, inform me, bro, or at least have your programming in a way to let people
True.
know why you
That's
should
true.
love this dude, why you should fuck with this guy.
Now I will agree with this well too. AEW do have that little issue with not like presenting this person enough to provide interest. I even see folks who who watch AEW and probably didn't know about him before AEW, but like, okay, who is he? Why should I be excited about this guy as well too? I see people make statements about that as well too, and I can understand why they went there.
That's something that
I'll take them saying that than folks being asshole about towards a person but not knowing about this person.
is missing. When I was on his podcast, he brought up when you watch UFC and they give you a little backstory about this dude, backstory about that dude. What this guy's had to go through, what he's done, and vice versa. Then they put him in a room and they cuss each other out. And then by watching those videos, you've picked a side of who you're with. It's missing from that. What they have is this this niche group of people who watch all of these wrestling shows and they're already in the know.
Yeah.
So when they see these names together, it is a dream match for them. But you're trying to sell this to American television, baby. You got
And see, he's spot on. What he just said there, he's very spot on. You're trying to sell this. Like I was just saying, the product has gotten stagnant in the sense of they're not trying to grow their audience. They're cool with the audience that they got, which is fine.
True.
But if you're trying to compete,
Another thing, somebody even brought this up too. Like they always go for the big pop of somebody debuting at AEW, but at times they don't follow up on it or give a storyline. It's just all about the big pop moments. There's jokes about Tony Khan's announcement all the time because like you just announcing, but like where we go from here as well too. Like, and I mentioned this and said some things about AEW about how their stories are all over the place as well. At times they're not like they either prolong the story, drag it out too long, or they don't have no follow up, or some even end abruptly as well too. Maybe not just because of injury, but also not mainly because of injury, but all of a sudden just like, okay, what happened to this story? What happened to this? Like if you play WWE 2K and you play General Manager GMO, they always have like little tweaks at the end of every show where like, what happened with this what happened with this matchup and all that? Well, it was going somewhere. That's how it is with AEW at times as well too. And I always said before, their alignment system is all over the place right now. At times, you can't tell who's the babyface and heel. At times, unless it's blatant obvious. Well, too. Prime example right now is Swerve and Hangman. Like, we thought we had a double turn going on. Then this past week, we had Hangman teaming with the Face Squad while Swerve's teaming with the Heel Squad. Like, then you just almost kind of gave us a double turn right there by the way they both act at the ending, but I guess they're going to prolong that as well too. So, but at the same time, we don't know who's the babyface and heel as well too. So, and like it's given like, and I said that's where the indie minded fails right there as well too. Like I get that you shouldn't care about that, but at the same time, it kind of gives a little structure on who we should see as the bad guy and the villain of the story as well too. Like it's and it ended up being a lot of bizarre worldness going on in some of these storylines as well too, cause as the fans, in my opinion. But anyway, let's keep going.
Grow your business, you should be wanting to grow the audience more who don't know about what's going on in AEW. You want to bring in newer people to be like, oh, let me check out AEW. Let's see what's going on.
And they gotta think about it too. You're in a bigger this ain't. Like I said, we're in America now. You got in a big network right now, where folks are still have the same mentality they had when watching WCW and WWE. They don't know everybody. You can't just throw them in there and like, oh, expect everybody to know anybody. You gotta give a storyline. You gotta give a background with this guy. Why we should be excited about this guy, like the gung ho fans of wrestling as well too. The faithful wrestling fans as well too. Why should we be just excited as them? Like, just don't care to, because like don't be closed minded and cater to just those fans alone. Like spread out as well too. Don't be limited, in my opinion.
Going on here, and it's kind of hard to do that if you got all these wrestlers that are popular elsewhere, but the mainstream consumer doesn't know who the hell they are.
Right.
So you got to kind of explain why you should care about this person.
You'd be surprised. There's people that like don't think Kenny Omega's all that. You know what I mean? I knew he's a big deal because overseas doing that, but what they see in AEW, they don't think he's all that in their opinion, compared to what folks thought about him leading up to AEW as well too. So yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, and a good amount of others who great in the overseas other companies like New Japan or the Indies as well too, but don't feel they all that on the front screen. Hell, here's some of the guys in WWE that got big in the Indies are the same. That they feel the same about some of them as well too.
You gotta movie that up a little bit. You gotta give me some cinema to follow. Something to hold on to besides the announce team.
Not him.
Running down a list for me while this dude's walking down the ramp.
Right.
And I feel like that's missing. And when you are trying to get involved and trying to really give something a chance. And when you question,
and it made me think about the Google thing, and then they got this like somewhere. I told you the asshole that was under this comment talking about Google and everything, and everybody was like saying like everybody don't want to Google, like we want to know it right there. Why should we have to just go Google it while the match going on? I mean, it's distracting. But he was just being an asshole, and then some of his comments he wanted to fight people with it as well too.
even a little bit,
Act like you want to fight
you
people.
get 80 no-faced accounts coming at you.
That guy mentions one of them.
Like, man, fuck this noise.
That guy mentioned one of them, and the one I was posting on my community is another.
Bro, like I'm cool off of it. If y'all like it, I don't, and I don't want that. You know, I have people over there that I'm cool with. You know,
And hey, man, that's spot on.
It is.
There was very spot on.
And they say, well, I ain't gotta like what you like, and you ain't gotta like what I like. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their different tastes. Everybody not built the same. Always stick by everybody not built the same, and everybody got the same taste as well too. You may like heels, I don't. You may like certain wrestlers that with different skills. I may like them. Who knows? Vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that we must like what you like at times is a pain. Is a bitch sometimes. It's like chill. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to do that. I mean,
Moment you say something, and this goes on the WWE side of things too.
Yup.
Sometimes
It's wrestling in
you
general.
say something, and you know it may be a harsh criticism of WWE and the product, and then WWE fans will start spewing out toxic rhetoric.
Oh yeah, the tribalism. That goes into tribalism. The tribalism is crazy, especially in the Facebook groups I'll be in as well too.
I get what he's saying there. Like, if I don't know this guy, and man, there's so many people I've seen on AEW television, I didn't know who the fuck they were, but other people in the chat knew who they were. And I've never looked at anyone differently because they knew more than me. That's fine. I'm okay with not knowing every wrestling legend or every wrestling personality or every wrestling hold move. I'm okay with not knowing that.
Yeah, too, yeah.
That's the whole purpose of life, to get to know more information than you did before. So, and to his point, they need to do a better job of setting things up where this foreign wrestler or this independent wrestler that's been doing crazy on the independent scene, build them up to a point where, hey, we're gonna have this person on the show in the next couple of weeks. Let's give you a background of who this guy is. The same thing with WWE and what they've always done. Sometimes it's not to the success of the talent that they're trying to bring up from NXT. NXT has a niche audience of people that watch it. It's a developmental ground for the main roster.
Right.
You want to get people involved in who this person is as you're bringing them up. You want to create these vignettes and video packages, or really start just easing them in before they have their first match. Because at the end of the day, you're not only trying to sell this person to the live audience, you're trying to sell this person to the audience watching at home, so that way they may want to say, hey, this guy is good.
Right.
I want to see this person live.
Right.
Let me buy a ticket.
Right.
Simple. And I think AEW has a tough time
doing
doing
that.
it.
And that's the thing. And this before AEW was existed as well too. You had his folks say that WWE ain't to be all wrestling with everything. WWE has the biggest platform in wrestling out of all wrestling companies, well too. And I said this as well too. The guy made the guy or gal, the man or lady wrestler may have a appearance of wrestling. They had like a short run, may have a short run, even a good run, or even just appear as a stand-in as well too. But there's somebody that came from the Indies as well too. But once you see him somewhere else, you like, oh, you see him. Then you see him on the other company as well too, because things didn't work out, or they was just there for appearance, or just there for a one-off. You're like, oh, I remember that guy. That's the guy that did this match, or this the guy that was in this match. Oh, he actually a wrestler? That's that guy that got tossed around by Braun Strowman or somebody that was a wrestler, or the guy that what a girl that's pretended to be this person's girlfriend, whatever it was, is a wrestler. Oh, why didn't you check her out? See, the thing is about that. Then WWE made me not be be on wrestling, but it's gonna help you get to know, help you want to follow a certain wrestler just off their appearance alone as well too. And right now it's the same with AEW right now. It's just AEW, as you said, is stagnant and sticking to their indie minded crowd.
They just kind of, hey, this guy's a legend.
And right now it's looking like a big indie wrestling company on a major television right now.
And if you don't know, then you're not a wrestling fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like that should not be the case. But let's go into some of the backlash he received.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is from Julian Weeks on his Twitter. I guess he reposted the screenshots of some of the backlash he was receiving, O'Shea. Once again, AEW fans have gone too far. Pissed off Ice Cube. Tagging that man's dad was low as fuck. I'm not surprised one bit. So let's check out the tweets in question. Man,
I see, man. Never wish Ice Cube put out more. That's gonna piss. That irks me, right? And I've said this all the time. That's one thing as a pet peeve of mine is wishing death or non-existence of anything, and that's one of them as well too. Wishing somebody to be swallowed or their dad should have worn a condom. I never liked that. I never liked folks doing that. I don't care how much you dislike that person, how much you hate a person. Doing that to somebody, because you don't want nobody to wish that on you. So why do that to them? Just be an asshole. Like, come on, yo. Like, I always hate when people do shit like that. Just to be an asshole. Like, you don't want nobody to do it to you, right? Or and watch they say, oh, I don't give a shit what they think, man. Like, oh yeah, whatever, but don't do that. Don't say that to anybody. You may never know what that person went through, And
I never wished that Ice Cube pulled out more in my life than when this sped was conceived. Wow. Damn, that's kind of fucked up.
That is.
Whoa, like, what are we doing?
Like, I don't like that.
That's the tweet he sent.
And over a fucking statement at that. Over a statement at that. Over a statement. That's the part. It's all because of an opinion. That's what pissed off. That's worse about it. It was over an opinion. You wish that you want that with somebody. Like, that's like something wrong with you, brother. Like, you just you're part of the problem why we have a toxic world, toxic society going on right now, and why this wrestling fandom is just like as one of the top toxic fandom of any fandom, along with other fandoms, possibly the Star Wars fandom, the comic book fandom. But this probably, I won't be surprised, it's probably number 1 or number 2 at the moment right now.
So let's see what Ice Cube had to say. Ice Cube respond, "Fuck your wishes, bitch ass drug head."
Well, your name is Drugs and Nelly, so you asked for that.
Damn, bro. Dog, y'all are wild. What are we doing, man?
Anything about it. And it's been said, social media has given folks bravery. Too much bravery. As well, too. Because we really said that, do you think that guy would say that to Ice Cube to his face? Or even O'Shea to his face? I'm just saying. That's what I thought.
Like, what's happening here? Why is this a thing? What's going on here? Like, you wrestling fans, man, and I'm a wrestling fan too. But some of y'all take it too far, bro. You can disagree with his point.
They do.
O'Shea just proved why some of you fans take it a little bit too far. He literally just proved it. Because you didn't like his take, because you didn't like his opinion, he didn't even shit on the product.
Exactly.
He was voicing what they could do better to make it better for more people who want to watch the show. He has people that he's cool with that actually work for AEW, and you sit up there and still say some wild, disrespectful stuff to his father. Like, bro. And the funny thing is about this whole situation is what O'Shea just said in that interview wasn't wrong.
He
was
wasn't
offering fair criticism to make the product better. It'd be different if he just shat on AEW, said this shit is trash. That wasn't even it. He wants the product to succeed. And if you're too fucking high on your AEW premium wrestling knowledge high horse to realize that, then you're part of the problem. You don't want the product to grow. You can't say you do.
Pretty much.
Because if you wanted it to grow, you would take some of these criticisms and look at them like, okay, well, I want more people to watch, enjoy the show that I'm watching. And if you really care about your show being seen more, then you should want that. You should want your
I'll be honest. I got love for AEW. I still watch it as much as I could, but it's like I'm not like as excited about watching AEW as I am with WWE. Like before, it was like equal as well too. There have been times I was a little more excited about AEW more than WWE at one point, but at the same time, the AEW, like I said, as you said, got stagnant. They are overplaced with their storyline and alignment system as well too. They have no structure right now. They're looking like like I said, it seems like I'm not saying it's a bad company. I will still watch it. I still got love for it. But right now, it's looking like an indie wrestling or something that's like not what folks used to on a major networks right now. Hell, I'll put Impact above them right now because the Impact storylines they are faithful with their storylines as well too. They got some interesting storylines as well too, and they're not only on a major, they're not even a major network. I gotta either watch on my YouTube membership or watch on Access TV as well too, and they're a little more interesting as well. Hell, I'm gonna be honest, just from the clips alone, the Ring of Honor has been a little more interesting than the AEW in my opinion. The feud they got going with Ember Moon. I'm sorry, Athena and Nyla Rose. I've been close to signing up with Honor Club just off of that matchup alone. Like, and with Ethan Page promos as of lately as a babyface, I've been tempted to want to sign up with Honor Club off of that, and they're just to see that. If I gotta waste money, I gotta spend money to see that. Just while I can watch AEW. Now, I'm not really for free, but like for on a channel I can watch anywhere else where I gotta pay a streaming service for Honor Club. This be one time I'll choose a streaming service over cable. To be honest, the way things going. If it was that was the case, but I'm just saying. But all I'm saying is I'm not saying AEW's trash. They need to not be stagnant and not be stagnant. Get out when they got the funk they out the plateau they out of right now and do something better. You know what I'm saying step up their product a little more. You know what I'm saying I feel like it got like what WWE was when they had no competition. They got stagnant. They think they put whatever they put. Right now, Tony Khan felt like he did whatever he did against the WWE right now, and he just at this point just throwing in stuff. Just. I mean, that's the thing. Tony Khan. The difference between the folks that behind AEW and folks behind WWE guys are guys who work within the company as well too. While Tony Khan is a wrestling fanboy who's on a wrestling company, and he needs some like more structure to be behind him, not just him as well too. So yeah.
To get better, I'm always down for AEW to get better any way possible, and same way with WWE.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that they can do to make things better, even if it's little. That's a good thing. You never know what fan may get turned on to the product just adding a few changes.
Facts.
But once again, wrestling fans prove sometimes why they shouldn't be wrestling fans. Saying stuff like this, fucking cringe, it's weird, and you're a loser. Because you wouldn't say this to Ice Cube himself.
I just said this
definitely
shit.
Wouldn't say this to O'Shea yourself. You're only saying this behind an account on Twitter. Fucking losers. But comment down below, let me know.
But yeah, like I said, he's right about that though as well too. And guys like that and many others is the reason why folks still to this day look at wrestling fans with a side eye, look at wrestling fans awkwardly as well too. I mean, there's folks who are there's like I'll admit I need help too, but the wrestling fandom, damn near everybody in the wrestling fandom need therapy. Hell, I'm in it too. I have moments not like this, but like only reason I have moments because folks push me into that moment as well too, and then bring out like old bully or memories of being bullied. That's why I get what I get at times as well too with folks, and that's why I step away from the groups at times as well too, because like they put my mind in a place it don't need to be. I don't need to prove them right, giving them the win, and feel like they did a good job of bringing me to the dark side, or whatever, or proving them right about that I'm not as good of a person as I really am, and all as well too. Because there's folks who feel that I'm not as good of a person that I claim I am. Claim I am. They want to find ways to prove themselves right. I don't want to do that. So other than that, yeah, as a this wrestling fandom, it needs help as well too. But at the same time, we need to stop the gatekeeping. But also at the same time, wrestling companies got to keep stepping up as well too. WWE, they're doing good right now, but don't mean they should get stagnant. Keep the race going. AEW need to do the same as well too. Impact Wrestling is doing anything now. Keep going now, even though we got the little situation with Scott D'Amore gone. Ring of Honor, do as best you can right now. Now, Tony Khan's not giving us love. Make a martini out. You're making martini out limit right now. I like it. But other than that, if you like my thoughts and reaction, like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bird signing off. One love.